My name is Beatrice Wassenberg, and I am the president of the Birmingham Musicale, and we welcome you today to the Lutheran Church of the Redeemer. We are so thankful to be able to hold our programs in this beautiful facility. Today, our program is entitled the Spring Musical Bouquet, and it is our 99th season, so we're very excited to have something special next season for our 100-year anniversary. We have a program next month, and we'll hold our award winners and the Birmingham Musicale String Ensemble right here, same place at 1 o'clock. Hope you will be able to attend. If you have any questions about the Birmingham Musicale or want to look up the programs or awards, we have a website at thebirminghammusicale.org. Also, there is a program featuring music by American women composers entitled Nevertheless, She Persisted, and it will take place Sunday, March 23rd at 3 o'clock at the Orchard Lake Community Church. It is open to the public, free of charge, but you have an option for a free will offering. So if you can mark that on your calendars, it sounds like a lovely, lovely program. And now I'd like to introduce Pam Dundas, and she is going to go through our slate of officers for our 2025-2026 season.
Good afternoon. We have a slate of officers, which we will be voting on as the members next April at the meeting. That meeting, although B said starts at 1 o'clock, it will start at 12:30 so that there is time to have an election for these people. The following have offered their services for the next season. President, Bonnie Brooks. Recording Secretary, B. Wassenberg. Treasurer, Susan Laramie. Corresponding Secretary, Pam Dundas. Historian, Jan Kasai. Members at large, Christy Hansen, Kay Rittinger, and Gail Mitchell. Our immediate past president then, of course, will be B. Wassenberg. Please remember that we need to have you here at 12:30 on April 13th to vote for these people.
And now I'd like to introduce Bonnie Brooks, who is the chairman of the day for our program. Bonnie?
Thank you very much, and thank you for coming. I just would like to remind you that we are in our 99th season this year. And so what does that mean come September? 100! So we're going to have lots of celebrations all year round, every meeting. And I need you to bring your family, your friends, your neighbors, the homeless man at the red light, anybody you can, because we're going to have lots of fun. So to get on with our program, we have a delightful program planned for you today. We have really excellent musicians. They've all supplied bios for me, but you should know that I've asked them for 3 sentences. And all of these people are very, very well established. So I'm not doing justice very much to their history, but they are all really seasoned professionals. We start with the Windover Piano Duo. This is Ellen Kendall and Susan Wheatley. They have been friends since college when they played together at MSU in their college days. And Ellen Kendall used to accompany the Birmingham Musicale Choral Ensemble years back, and she has moved to Charlevoix. And so up there, she's a freelance pianist. She has a music degree in piano performance from MSU, as well as an MA from U of M. She has accompanied the Little Travis Chorale Society, and prior to her relocation to Charlevoix, she, of course, did the Birmingham Musicale Choral Ensemble. Also, pianist Susan Wheatley has been invited as performer and music educator throughout the United States, Europe, and Asia. Dr. Wheatley has served on the faculties of Oakland University and Indiana University of Pennsylvania. That's a new one, huh? Windover Piano Duo has been performing together, like I said, since their college years, and they've performed widely across the upper Midwest, and they were featured at the International Congress for Women in Music in Beijing, China. They specialize in performing women's composers. So today we have 6 romantic pieces by Cécile Chaminade, who was born in 1857 and died in 1944, fairly recent. I had never heard of her. I don't know if you had, but she was a prolific French composer and pianist of over 400 works and performed throughout Europe and the US. Her enormous popularity was due to the character of her compositions. They're very colorful, and they're romantic, of course, colorful romantic. So if you're thinking Beyonce and Taylor Swift as large recent tours that have stimulated the U.S. economy, you should look at Chaminade's 1908 tour of 17 performances across 14 U.S. cities. Almost all of them were sold out. Her tours were so lucrative in the currency of the day that they grossed the equivalent of a modern multi-million-dollar tour. Isn't that amazing? She was so popular with U.S. audiences that about 20 clubs, Chaminade clubs, began appearing as early as 1890. And American journalists frequently dubbed Cécile the patron saint of musical women. So that is your history lesson. Let's hear Ellen and Susan play her pieces. Thank you, Ellen and Susan, for that wonderful beginning to our program. Next, we have Pauline Martin. She is a Steinway pianist. Now, if you don't know what that means, the Steinway organization has bestowed this incredible honor on just very few people for her excellent, excellent skills. And we are honored to have her as a member. But she doesn't just do that, mind you. She, of course, has served on the faculties of Wayne State, Oakland, Michigan State University as a master teacher. She holds a bachelor's and master's performance degrees from Indiana University and a doctorate in performance from the University of Michigan. She's involved with all kinds of international recordings, and she had a first-round Grammy nomination for one of her recordings called Hobson's Choice, with more recordings on Naxos, CRS, and Kipling House labels. And she is 10 years as an artistic director of the Chamber Soloists of Detroit. And if you didn't get one of her advertisements, I know they're out on our table, you ought to attend those concerts too, because they're fabulous. And so that is our next performer, Pauline. Welcome.
Couple of words about the pieces that I chose today. This being the Spring Bouquet, we all know it's been a bit of a long winter, and I actually grew up in Manitoba, so generally the snow isn't gone until at least April. And in fact, my earliest years were on literally a mile from Lake Winnipeg. So by June, the ice had melted to the degree that we could have swim lessons, because it was the largest lake next to the Great Lakes, largest freshwater lake. So when spring came, the butterflies, the birds, and one of the most beautiful things for me was when we would be going to the lake, and our parents would allow us to maybe go with friends, or my uncle and aunt would pick us up, and we would roast marshmallows on the beach, and we would see the moon rise on the lake. And so Clair de Lune is, as always, my mother played that when I was young, and it's always been a favorite of mine. And the butterfly, I thought, was appropriate because we all love butterflies. The Nocturne is a very old favorite of mine. I learned that really in my first year at Indiana University, studying with Menahem Pressler, and it's still one of my favorites. And then L'Île Joyeuse, I think we all feel like celebrating when spring comes, and it's a very celebratory piece by Debussy. As you know, he loves water, la mer, and the fascination with natural beauty, as opposed to just in romantic music. Sometimes it's about emotion and human things, but with Debussy, we have a chance to kind of have a sense of awe just with nature. So that's why I chose those particular pieces. Hope you enjoy.
Wow, wow, wow. I have goosebumps on top of goosebumps. It's not because that back door is open. Thank you, Pauline. That was wonderful. Oh my goodness. Aren't we so lucky to have this talent in this club? Really, it's just amazing. And here we have some more incredibly talented people. We have, please come on, get situated. We have so many people in this next group that I'm going to introduce them in different segments. So, Renee Fiddler. Pardon me? What? Oh. Okay. She graduated from Eastern Michigan University with a bachelor's in music education and a master's in music education. She taught for 39 years in Troy School District for elementary band and orchestra, and she is the concert mistress of the Birmingham Musicale String Ensemble. And Joanne Wisty was born in Houghton, Michigan, and began studying the violin and piano after her family relocated to the Lower Peninsula. She's a graduate from the University of Michigan and resides in White Lake. Currently, she is the principal violinist in the Birmingham Musicale String Ensemble and a member of the Saginaw Symphony. Along with teaching violin and piano from her home, Joanne enjoys figure skating and riding her horse, Princess. And Doris Hall, our pianist, is the organist at Birmingham First United Methodist Church right across the street. She collaborates with musicians throughout the metropolitan Detroit area, is a member of the Terra Voce Chamber Music Ensemble, and is the accompanist for the Detroit Lutheran Singers. Doris received her bachelor's degree in music theory from the University of Michigan and a master's degree from Wayne State University in organ and church music. See, I told you, we're just so talented, so talented. And I have something to show you, which is really cool. Their second number, not their first number, but their second number, looks like this. One of the violins plays it like this. The other violinist plays it like this. And they end up together. Isn't that cool? Well, thank you, Joanne and Doris and Renee for the first half. Now, as you can see, we're being joined by 3 more people. And these would be Timothy Nicolia, Sharon Nicolia, and Ron Fiedler. I'm sorry, that's the wrong, Childress. So Timothy Nicolia is the conductor of the Birmingham Musicale String Ensemble since 1988. He received a BME degree from Central Michigan University. He performs with the Lexington Bach Festival, the Flint Saginaw Bay, and the International Symphonies, and the Adventure Club Cello Quartet. That's fun. Sharon received a BMP, Bachelor's of Music Performance degree from Wayne State University. She performs on violin and viola in numerous symphonies throughout the area, and she also performs with the Birmingham Musicale String Ensemble. And our Mr. Ron Childress started bass in orchestra in high school, but then he graduated to bars and jazz trios, which he has done most of his life. He currently plays also in the Birmingham Musicale String Ensemble. So this is a small group from the Birmingham Musicale String Ensemble. Please welcome them to our stage.